Raiders, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. I know I said I'm not planning to open any void shards, but you know what? I'm actually feeling lucky today. I've been pretty lucky with my other games, so I'm gonna gamble in Raid Shadow Legends as well, even though deep down I know I shouldn't do it. But you know what? I'm not gonna go too crazy on it. We actually had a couple of decent packs for void shards, which are the best you're ever gonna get in this game. We never really got anything better than this. So I'm somewhere at around 74 void shards. Now my mercy, I kind of lost track of it. I have no idea where I am with it at the moment, because if I'm gonna check my RSL helper, you're gonna see that I have some crazy things right here in terms of voids. I literally had like well over 200 opened, showing right here. So I know for a fact that that is not accurate, but I'm not really sure exactly where I am. So we're going to see exactly how that works. If you're wondering what's the RSL helper, big shout out to Farbstuff, because he's the person that made it. Is basically a tool for Raid, only works on PC. If you have it open, it's going to track the mercy when you open shards. It's like an auto clicker, does tons of things. Safe, perfectly legal. Plarium has no issues with it. But leaving all that on the side, I have 2 remnant pools, I have some voids, and we have this champion chase tournament, which I don't really care much about it, because the only reason why I would give a damn about it is if I can reach 10,000 points to get that big soulstone from there. Before we're gonna dive into it, guys, let me know in the comments down below if you are pulling any shards this weekend. We have 2 acts across all of them: Ancient, Voids, Sacreds, and on Monday, we're gonna have a 2x on Primal Shards, a proper 2x. But I quickly want to go over the Raid Digest, which was released today. Now, I'm recording this video Friday. You're probably gonna see it only on a Saturday. It's all about Predator's passive bug fix for whoever bought the pass and has the champion. It's just kind of like explaining us why they are changing the way the champion works, right? Personally, even if the champion would work like that, I don't think he's extremely broken or anything like that. I think he is a bit different than the other champions. But at the end of the day, we're talking about freaking Predator. It's not like we're talking about another Lord Chamfort or another champion that does something different than the rest, okay? Like breaking the routine. The Alien and Predator collaboration is in full swing, and we would like to share some details about an upcoming change to the Predator's passive skill. Currently, the Predator counterattacks every time an enemy's counterattack or ally attack skill has activated the Predator's evade effect. Not such a big deal. Why? Because his damage sucks on the A1 and is even reduced by 25% because of the counterattack. So it's not like, oh my god, Predator is just breaking the game with this. It's really not. So I think I would leave this mechanic as it is, because it's unique to Predator. That's his freaking special power, because he doesn't really have any other special power whatsoever. Then, however, that's not exactly how this champion was designed, and that's not how counterattack normally functions in the game in general. With that in mind, we're tweaking the Predator's passive a bit in the next major update, after which it will work the following way. Enemy counterattacks that activate the Predator's evade effect won't also activate the Predator's retaliatory counterattacks. Not that great. Only the first enemy that activates the Predator's evade effect as part of an enemy ally attack skill will activate the counterattack. And there is apparently some glitch with the pass accessories. Not really sure exactly what that is, but are experiencing a temporary glitch where accessories from the current champion pass turn into artifacts after being equipped and upgraded. Okay, that's weird actually. I just sold them because I was literally nothing good in there. Then, related to the souls, if you get the champions, you can summon the souls. If you don't get the champions, of course, you cannot summon the souls for these ones because they are limited to the event. And the next CVC will be without personal rewards. That's pretty much it for this raid digest. Nothing too funky. I just quickly wanted to basically touch down on the whole reasoning behind his changes. My most wanted Void Legendary Champion, Niame, Spear of Nyrisa. I dreamt about her last night, and I know I'm gonna get her, okay? I know I'm gonna get her. Or I can try a different type of strategy and do a reversed psychology where I don't want this champion because she's trash, she sucks. Hopefully, I'm never going to get her on my account. She's literally the worst Void Legendary you could pull. It tends to work sometimes when I do that, right? Or we have the Ogrin Tribes. We have Klazak, Key Hulk. I'm not even sure which strategy to pick up with this bad boy. He sucks, he's good. Let's pick them both. Reverse psychology. I want him, I don't want him. Change my mind, Plarium. These are my most wanted Void Legendary champions. Now, as I was saying, I am feeling pretty damn lucky. Oh, it seems like we have a new Black Friday pack. That frame looks kind of trash, though. And this is $20 for 2 Voids, 2 Primals, 3 Ancients, 1 Sacred. I guess it's alright. Instead of that trash frame, I would have preferred 500 energy or something like that. It would have been better. Or a Soulstone, right? I'm not sure if I'll buy that. Probably I will. But I'm not a big fan of that frame. Either way, let's crack on with the Remnant summons first. I feel a nail incoming from here, guys. I don't know. I'm just feeling it. Maybe not in this pool or the next one, but at some point, right? At some point. Definitely not in these 2 pools because we got 2 epic champions. So, at least we're getting some points for the champ chase. Now, the 2x on Void Shards should definitely treat us slightly better. Niame, Spear of Nyrissa, incoming. I haven't got a double pull on legendaries on Voids in, oh my goodness, in such a long time. I cannot even remember. But let's see what the game has in store for us. I can say that recently we've been pretty lucky with the pulls, right? I don't see why the game won't allow us to continue with that. So we got a Whisper, still a very good champion, very good for bosses. Because she doesn't deal damage based off enemy max HP. That's what allows her to be good with the passive. White Dryania, a pretty good champion as well, especially with this reset cooldown skills. You have the AoE decrease speed, the strengthen ally protection, which is something that I don't tend to use much. I tend to focus on this, on a reflex set or something like that, and try to get the most out of it from it. But this is a very good epic champion. Let's bring in home that freaking Niame. Is literally the most OP arena champion as a legendary that I'm missing at the moment. That is the one. That is the one. I really regret not going for her when we had the 2x and 10x on Voids a very long time ago. This is just literally paying the tax. 10 rares is fine. We're paying the tax to get her, basically. We're paying the tax to get her, right? Wistery, Vinegard. She was used for a fusion not a very long time ago. Where is my Niame? Or we don't want Niame because she sucks, right? Still a bit unsure of what strategy to use right here, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you playing around with this reverse psychology at all or not really? We got a bunch of rares. It seems like it might be another harsh tax. But as long as we hit what we need to, it doesn't really matter. It's all about quality over quantity. We got 1 epic. So it's going to be very hard to reach the 10,000 points. Oh, we got the first legendary, and that is a freaking Angar. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now he's not that bad, but damn, I already have quite a few copies of Angar, man. I knew that I was getting close to that Mercy, right? But I wasn't 100% sure how close. Maybe it was not a full Mercy. But damn, it could have been so much better. I knew that I was gonna pull a legendary at some point. But I was kind of like hoping maybe for something a bit juicier. But either way, Angar, guys. He did get a buff a few months ago. Double hitter places an extra hit if the enemy has a provoke debuff. Then you have an AoE attack that places a provoke. Also has a chance of placing the provoke for 2 turns instead. Places a reflect damage buff on all allies and a counter attack on himself. And then you have the passive. If an enemy with a provoke debuff attacks this champion, has a chance of replacing it with another provoke for 1 turn, which is really good. And also has a chance of placing a decreased attack on enemies that are under provoke. Each hit taken will reduce the damage taken by 5%. It's great for Faction Wars hard mode, right? I did use him in there. If we're talking about Curse City, I wouldn't necessarily classify him as a very good Hydra provoker, even though you can't really go wrong with him. He can be a good mischief target as well if you give him the resistance, because he does bring in some extra debuffs to himself. The problem is that counterattack that can cause you issues. HP base, he doesn't really do that much damage. We all know the story with these HP based champions, right? I think for a Void Legendary, he still has kind of like a long way to go. We have 30 more Void Shards. Let's see if we can bring that Niyame home. Let's see. We got an Oboro. I'm still waiting to get a 6-star soul for her, even though she's really not that great in the Hydra at the moment, considering how the Hydra mechanics changed since the beginning, right? Only one epic in here, unfortunately. Come on, give me like 4, 5, 6 epics to get a lot of points in there, please. Another Vanguard. Come on. Come on. Harken, Greatblade, Rowan. Bring me some more purples. And we got a Runekeeper, That's Dark. The last temple, guys, is now or never. Come on, game. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I know you can do me another legendary. Come on, we have a 2x on. It's a high chance, a 1% chance, which is not really high at all, but it makes you feel like it's a bit higher, right? Light Sworn and no other legendary. Unfortunately, my luck, it seems like it almost transformed into a bit of a curse because we got Angar out of it. Now, a lot of you guys could potentially benefit from having an Angar. I'm not going to say no to that, but I just know for a fact that I already have quite a few copies of this bad boy. In fact, let's actually see how many we have, because I really do not remember. So let's go to Orcs. So we have 1, 2, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Angars. Oof. That does feel painful. That's why, in a way or another, I kind of wanted to wait for a 15x, a higher chance to get that champion. But the reality is that even during that, if you're not extremely lucky, you're just not going to pull it off. And because I woke up feeling lucky, I thought that I might just be lucky. But it seems like I got tricked into it. I wasn't in reality lucky. Ooh! Now, what am I going to do to get 900 points to get a big soulstone? Because we're going to have to do that. We cannot just walk away from it, right? I think we're going to do some ancients. They're good for this type of stuff. So maybe 20 ancients will get the job done. I'm not too deep into the Mercy, but I was at 100 plus. I was going to say, we got another legendary. Gwendolyn the Silent. It could have been much worse than this. At least Gwendolyn is a pretty decent champion. You have the triple hitter. You have the AoE attack with increased speed with leech, decreased accuracy. And you have the AoE attack with increased accuracy, block debuffs buff on all enemies, and an immunity for 1 turn if a buff was stolen. And the passive, which converts some of the crit damage and grants extra turn after using any of the 3 skills. So it can push in some nice damage. I think this champion will become more relevant in the Chimera once we're going to have a Great Hall for the Chimera, an area bonus, right? And I think that will happen next year at some point. Now, I think this was enough for points. We got 2 epics in there as well. That should allow me to get a big soulstone and kind of like call it a day. There's really no point for me to open the soulstone now. The 2x is gone. I did not open not even a single one during this 2x because I had none. And it's fine. We're going to wait for the next one. We might need to use it at some point for the Titan event that will be coming next month, most likely, or for a hero path, or for a deck of fate. Either way, I'm just stacking up my soulstones now. I'm not going to burn through them. I will hold the sacreds. I will hold the ancients. And let me just see at how many did I get this legendary. At 209. Oh, damn. Was I really that deep? I was that deep. Damn, I had no idea that I was that deep onto the Mercy for Ancients. I thought that I was somewhere lower. But hey, either way, we managed to pick up a legendary. Hopefully, you guys had slightly better luck in terms of the quality of the legendaries that you summoned, if you summoned any. As usual, appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Have an amazing weekend, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.